Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and buenos dias, and everybody's hope. Oh Jesus! Hope everyone is having a good day. Welcome back to RQ Daily on the Sean Atwood channel with me, Ron Swanson. Our panel members will, of course, be dropping in when they see so fit to do so. But today, we're sort of. I'm still sort of in awe. Oh, also as well, apologize. There's no camera. I am setting up a whole new fancy streaming system for you, lovely people, because the system that we use on the Sean Atwood channel, StreamYard, is kind of. Oh, I keep forgetting that Shane can bring himself in. I do it to you every day, man. I hear your little boop come in, and then I click add to stream, and then it just removes you because you've already added yourself. So I'm setting up a new stream system for everybody. I've got all this equipment here, but the software that we use in the Sean Atwood channel is quite limited. But I figured out a freaking hack, right, to be able to do some incredible things on screen for you wonderful people and bring you some more sort of higher end production. And I'm very excited about it. So yeah, there we go. Nerd stuff. And Shane, how are you doing today?
Oh, absolutely wonderful. Doing very well. It's been a good morning already. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who don't know, maybe you didn't know there was a pretty major stream on the Sean Atwood channel last night with Tony BUZBEE, the lawyer representing 120 victims, alleged victims of P. Diddy, the diddler himself. And we're going to try really hard today not to get demonetized, okay? Because every day I do something that gets me demonetized, but then we get remonetized. So we're just going to be real light and breezy for the first 20 minutes, right? Real light and breezy, okay? Talk about the rainbows and puppies and stuff like that, okay? And
then we're show everybody that little dog you just showed me swimming with a life vest on.
Oh my God, how cute is that little dog with a life vest on?
Little Winnie. Little Winnie.
So Dan and I share this love of dogs, obviously, and yeah, sorry, she just sent me out. She sent me a message. So she sends me these videos of this little dog, right? And today's video of Winnie was Winnie with her life jacket on, trying to learn to swim. Right?
Take your time. Good girls. Take your time. That's it.
Okay, so you kind of get it. I'll take the sound down, but I'll leave it on, right? So Dan sends me one of these videos every day, and honestly, some days it is just the best little moment of my day. And then Shane started sending me this little, like, was it a French bulldog, Shane, that screams a lot?
Yeah, Sonny Emilio.
Sonny Emilio.
I love his name. I just love the name. It's amazing.
It's so good. So yeah, so you've got me and Shane and Dan, who are massive fans of our newly selected favorite influencers who happen to be dogs. And that's it. Yeah. So this is Winnie, by the way. Please go and follow the TikTok Countryside Tales. She is a goddamn legend and deserves our respect, okay? Because she is a legend.
Can you play some Sonny?
Only if you've sent me something that's on TikTok that I can then drag in from WhatsApp into the browser. I don't even know.
They had one yesterday of him going to the groomers and getting a bath, and he was upset getting in the tub.
It was wild. It was wild. So anyway, there's a little insight into what we get up to. Hopefully that's algorithmically friendly, and the whole algorithm are good. So yeah. Right. So obviously last night, pretty major interview with Tony BUZBEE. The major thing that stuck out for me, I don't know how everybody else felt, but the major thing that stuck out for me was his intensity on the subject of taking everyone down. Okay. He wants all the names. He wants everyone that knew. He wants everyone that knew that someone else knew. He wants the bankers, the venues. He wants to go after everyone. And I don't think, maybe it's because I've never really paid attention to lawyer interviews until that one or whatever, but I've never really seen that before. I mean, we've not really seen many cases like Diddy's before, but I feel like this guy is going for it. He touched on the fact that the baby oil may have been laced with a substance called GHB, which of course is the R word drug. And his question, which isn't something that I even thought of, was, where did you get that amount of it? Okay, so he wants to know who's been writing the prescriptions, where this is happening, what doctors are involved, and it really it kind of it gave me goosebumps, man. I got really excited about it, and obviously his hotline, once he had set that up, was absolutely flooded with calls. And one of the things we're going to do today is we're going to go through some of the most outrageous headlines from one of the most unreliable news sources. And there's a reason for that, okay? But I wanted to sort of get your next day reaction, Shane, to last night's interview. Was there anything that stood out for you in your head? What do you think?
Well, one real quick thing to add on to, you're talking about he wants to take down as far as who provided the GHB. I mean, do you think that would be on a level that he would even worry about? I mean, Diddy says, I want drugs. Diddy can get whatever he wants, and you're talking 6 or 7 different players that might be involved. Would you think he would even want to focus on that?
I don't know. I don't know. It was an interesting statement because
yeah.
I think when statements are made like that, they're said to shake up the people that may be involved that are the weakest links. If that makes sense.
I think he's got them shaking. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, like a freaking maraca, my G.
Diddy's sitting in jail right now, just watching his bank account dwindle, and it's pretty amazing that his life is pretty much over with and hadn't gone to court yet.
Yeah. No, because I remember back in what I would say my 20s. I think that was the last time that particular narcotic, the GHB, had quite a prominent recreational spike, if you will.
GHB 40 years ago.
Shut up. And it was never really my thing at all. But it's not something I've heard of in a long time, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Like, I've not heard anyone using that sort of stuff anymore. I could be wrong, but there definitely was a period where I know it was recreationally popular. So you have to wonder, if you've got 1,000 bottles, right? Let's say half the bottles were standard size, right? So what's that, like 350 mil, something like that? And then the big bottles, let's say, are 1.5 liters. Okay, that's a lot of substance,
right?
And I'm not being funny. If you took 1 liter of baby oil and then dropped in a few drops of that substance, it's not really going to do much.
Yeah, but what if it's concentrated? I mean, what if that's all you need is a couple of drops of liquid?
Yeah, I don't know if you could. I don't know about the science behind super concentrated stuff. But what I'm saying is, it seems to me like it would have to be quite a heavy amount to go in for it to affect you rubbing it on people's bodies and stuff like that. So it's an interesting one, but yeah, you could source it on the dark web. But here's the thing, James, it's the volume. It's the volume. But I mean, it could have been done in time. And to be honest, it's a moot point that's not really worth wasting too much time on. It was just it's going to be an interesting, evil.
Imagine what he's already gone through and where he may have more elsewhere. That was just at that house.
Yeah, and it's going to be it's going to be an interesting sort of dark feather in Diddy's hat if it goes to court and it gets tested and it's like, this is like 80% narcotic. That's do you know how evil that is? Not even genius, but you like Bond villain-esque. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you know how long he could go to prison just for possession of that?
Well, it's not even that. I mean, that's a whole new level of spiking. Like, we all know to protect our drinks, but I mean, that's pretty dark. I mean, again, I don't know the effects of rubbing that substance on your skin or anything like that. So it's wild.
I would think it's pretty effective. I mean, just like fentanyl, and like the patch for my paint that I've got for my back, I've got it on my shoulder. Anything transdermal is pretty highly.
Have you ever seen a lethal dose of fentanyl?
Yeah,
like it's like 8 or 9 grains of fentanyl, right? So it's a bit more. I get your brain, where your brain's analyzing it from. I do get that 100%. But I'm just not queued up on it enough. Maybe if anyone is a chemist in the side chat, you can let us know of the potency capabilities of substance, because it would be an interesting one to see. But again, let's move on from that one. And here is what I think is very interesting. And again, it's something I've been saying that we need to keep an eye on, right? Is how people are going to be reacting to the Diddy's court case, right? And of course, we've seen a lot of people deleting tweets. We've seen people stepping down from their positions, and we've seen a lot of people going very, 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 very quiet. But here's another one. So apparently, the New York Post is saying Diddy's A-list pals quietly paying off victims to avoid being publicly named, says lawyer. Some big names
make sense.
well, let's read it, right? So some big name celebrities are quietly paying off victims to avoid being publicly named in lawsuits related to the Diddy sex assault case, according to a lawyer. Attorney Tony BUZBEE, who is representing more than 120 of Sean Diddy Combs' alleged victims, told TMZ that huge stars are about to be sued by his firm, and he's giving them a chance to settle up before claims hit court. Some celebrities have opted to settle, he said. Damn!
Okay, I'm with it now. I was reading more into that than what it was. Okay.
Yeah. Here's the diddler himself in court. In every single case, especially cases like this, because it's in the best interest of the victim, we attempt to resolve these matters without filing a public lawsuit. And we've done that already with a handful of the individuals, many of which who you've heard of before, BUZBEE said, according to the report in the Daily Mail. Bad Boys record founder was arrested on criminal sex trafficking charges last month, and he's pleaded not guilty. You would imagine there is a lot of checks being wrote right now, Shane. Okay.
There's a lot of money floating around right now.
Yeah. Can you imagine how shaky the handwriting in a lot of those checks is?
Yeah, I just didn't think that in a legal position that that could even happen prior to a trial like that. I mean, as far as like a legal settlement.
Well, dude, this is what he must have fucking evidence. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, I don't doubt there's not evidence, but I just didn't think you could say, hey, look, if you write a check now prior to the trial that, you can get yourself out from being named. That sounds just a little weird to me,
It's settling it out of court. So for the victims, it's sometimes their choice or in their interest to not have it all be a huge, big public trial.
That's true, right?
Do you know what I mean? It's like, would you rather get 15 million and go through 2 years of court, or take like 10 million now?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Very true.
Plus, as well, who knows? Anyway, Queenie, we've just touched
what up? What up?
what up?
But you know what the scary thing is, Ron? I watched a girl that has a YouTube channel that did some time in prison, Jessica Kent, and she thinks that he's going to get off scot-free because, again, if they all settle, well, then probably what goes towards Diddy is that, well, we'll settle, or I'll settle, but I want to get off scot-free. If he pays them off and all these other people pay the victims off, Diddy could walk.
Well, I see.
That's what she was saying, that he could literally walk from all of this if they end up paying people off like that.
Yeah,
but not necessarily. Not on all of the charges, I don't think. For example, even though you pay people off for whatever, for like the transportation of people, I don't think he can get off from that.
I think it's more to be named in the tapes. I think it's more everyone's panicking about when all the tapes get brought to light, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I'm with you.
Do you see what I mean? I imagine, because you got to remember as well, Shane, there's going to be different piles, right? There's going to be piles of really horrific abusers, right, in one pile. Then there's going to be people kind of standing about a little bit drunk, looking confused and watching what's happening, right? And then there's going to be people who are watching what's happening and are definitely fully engaged and enjoying what they're seeing, if you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But then again, Ron, can we look at another scenario? Maybe some of the people in the tapes, they're not even around anymore. Because if we are to believe that some of the people were transported and then don't even give a way back home, you don't know what
Yep.
ends they met.
That's a good
So
Well,
point,
they
right?
could
that's
have tapes with people who they can't find. So
yep.
That
how
would be
would
even
that
more horrific.
even trans?
I think I
Yeah.
think I think you're guaranteed that. Okay.
Yep.
And maybe not, maybe most of the tapes aren't that, right? But I think
Yeah.
somewhere in amongst all this, in a drawer somewhere, there's going to be something that Diddy's recorded that Diddy is going to regret recording.
What
On
if,
a,
what if there's a tape with Epstein, Ghislaine, and Diddy all together?
well, here, listen, how about this one, right? Because here's Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live goes after Diddy's sex trafficking case and calls out Prince Andrew.
Oh
I knew
wow.
that was coming.
Let's have a look see.
5,000 new jobs. Unfortunately, they were all Diddy abuser. It was announced that Sean P. Diddy Combs' sex trafficking case has been assigned to a new judge, one that Diddy hopes is cool with rapes.
Fucking savage.
I'd do it for that guy.
Yeah, sure. It was reported that Diddy once invited Prince Harry and Prince William to one of his parties, but they did not go.
Yeah.
Although before Diddy could even finish writing the invite, Prince Andrew was there.
So I think
Personally, I don't find that funny. The reason why I don't find that funny is they all know these big politicians who are presidents allegedly who are buying pizzas and all these things, and they're not calling them out. Why do they? I'm not sticking up for Andrew, don't get me wrong, and he hasn't been charged with anything as far as I'm concerned. So why are they doing this? They need to be calling out for these people who are under the Epstein list. They need to be talking about that, please.
do you know, I think what I'm going to buy for us as a community on Discord is what's his name? Ryan D. He's made some maps and things like this that show the whole Epstein web of people. And
That's
he's also got all the list of names from the Epstein stuff. And I think that would be a good thing for us to all have a little community night and go through and look at. I'm very good with visuals, if you know what I mean. I'm very much a fan of the old sticking stuff to walls with red string and thumbtacks of research. But
Mm-hmm.
do you know, it's weird. I feel like with the mention of Prince Harry on the list, okay, as somebody who's been in contact, Meghan's also on there too, and William, you know, and of course, I'm not being funny, Queenie. If one day you woke up after a hardcore summer of Diddy parties, right, and someone asked you if you'd been attending Diddy
Sorry,
parties,
what? One moment. I went to the party. Is that what you're saying?
in this analogy, right? You are someone who was at Diddy's parties, okay, and you've received you've received a phone call from a newspaper who says, "Hey, have you been attending Diddy parties?" What are you going to say? You're not going to say, "Oh yeah, it was great. I was there. We were sacrificing all these little kids to Baphomet. It was brilliant." You're not going to be hitting them up with that.
No, but the thing is, Ron. No, you. Of course, you can say you were at the party if you weren't being deviant or you. Listen, remember he has 3 different parties. There's like
Oh,
3.
I know. Oh, I know.
He's got 3 different parties. So if I wasn't at the middle one or the end one, I'm gonna be, yeah, I was at a Diddy party. I didn't see anything. So yeah, I wouldn't be ashamed. The only time people are ashamed to admit it, it's when they are witness the stuff that they partake in or they did not stop stuff or
Okay, that's a good point.
negligence.
Yeah, that's a
So
good point. But
yeah.
do you not think there's a certain air of guilty by association? You know, when people, if you weren't
I don't
prevalent,
like that. I don't like that. No, I don't. Because you listen, it's just like yesterday we were talking when Shane said about the mom and stuff like that. We know that you can live in a home with someone and you don't know what they're doing. That is a possibility. But there is other things that gives you like an insight to say, oh no, if you're wearing the nail polish like what he likes, you're partaking in stuff with him, he's admitted that you're going places with him, so you can't say you did not know. Now you understand.
Right.
Yeah,
You
yeah. Well, I'm
understand
with.
what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah,
there is an element of, it's not all the time. See, oh, the friends that you're following that mean that you are exactly like them. So it's a very hard line. It's a very hard line. It is a very hard line. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. I'm with.
Sometimes you can know, and sometimes you don't.
But we're talking about a family here, the Royals, where one of
Mm-hmm.
their family members, once he was photographed after denying even having any memory of being at island parties and things like this, going on national television and saying, well, listen, couldn't possibly have been me. I don't sweat. Okay. I do not put it past the fact that if the Royals were contacted for an official statement on freaking freak off parties, that their official statement is going to be, oh, we were invited, but we declined. I do not believe for a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just do not believe for a second that at some point there wasn't temptation for certain members of the Royals to dip their toe, shall we say?
I would assume that they may have been to a party. I'm not gonna say personally. I think they would have gone to one of his party, but I'm not sure if they would have. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The way how I remember those photos in what's it called? What's that place? Nevada. What's the thing? What's the thing in Nevada? That place that you go and do the
The Bunny
casino thing.
Ranch.
Uh, oh God, that
When you
place
say
Bunny Ranch.
that Harry was at. Oh God, it's in Nevada. That place.
You talking about the Bunny Ranch
I don't know. Las
where the
Vegas. See,
prostitutes
someone
are?
put it there. Las Vegas. Yes, Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
the Bunny Ranch.
I thought you
I
meant the
know
Bunny
it's in
Ranch. I didn't know.
Nevada. I
It's
don't
too
remember
funny.
the name. Yes,
Yeah.
Las Vegas. You remember those photos vividly? He was humping someone from behind.
Okay, yeah. Can I ask what
And
else is in Nevada? Is any can just a side quest? Can someone just type in if there's anything else in Nevada, please? But carry on, Queenie.
The Bunny
it's
Ranch.
it's 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 like a desert.
It's
It's
I mean,
very dry.
when you look at Nevada, it's a massive
Mhm.
desert, and then someone decided, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to build a city, right? And we're going to fill it with lights and gambling, but we're going to put it in the middle of the desert, right? It's the maddest. It's the maddest Google images ever. It really is. It's
Yes.
like society is rebuilt after the apocalypse. That's what the geographical position of Vegas says to me. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, Reno. Okay, Area 51. Nice.
The Bunny Ranch.
The Bunny Ranch.
Is the Bunny Ranch there as well? I thought that was in LA. I
No,
thought that
no,
was
no,
no.
it's in Nevada because prostitution's legal there.
Yeah, Shane knows. All right.
Yeah, the Bunny Ranch.
I didn't even know that. See? So the Playboy Mansion is in Nevada?
No, I don't
Oh,
know where
that's
that
where
is.
I was talking.
Playboy
I thought
Mansion's
that
right
was the
down the street
bunny. I
from
thought that was
Diddy's
the
house.
bunny thingy.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
Okay.
it's across the road from Diddy's house.
Yeah, that's where all the tunnels tie together, and Diddy's
That's
house and
right.
everything on that too. So.
That's right. Okay, so
Okay.
next
Well,
headline
a
is
lot of
the.
people think that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you go, mate.
A lot of people think that
Yes, I'm
Diddy,
thinking about the
built
Playboy
these
Mansion. Yes. See?
that he built these tunnels to be part of that, but it's not true. Diddy's place was the last house to be built in that neighborhood. You've got a lot of 1960s and 70s stars that actually did those tunnels
Yep.
that lived in his neighborhood that way. When Hefner threw the parties, that's how they would get there without the press actually
It's
seeing them go.
freaking wild.
Yeah,
And
and
you
then
know what? It's all
when
backed
Diddy
up
built
by
his,
blueprints.
they said the tunnels were pretty much there up to the property line, and then Diddy just tied it off to
Yeah.
basically say, "Hey, I'm here too." But most of the, I mean, they were still partying. I think a little bit in the Playboy Mansion when Diddy moved in there because Hefner died a few years after that. So
Yeah. Was there
you
not
know,
something linking a lot of
So
the
he
yeah,
owns the F num. Whoa. Way back. Let's go back. He owns that property now.
no. No,
no,
no.
Diddy's property is in the same neighborhood as the Playboy Mansion, and his house has got tunnels that
Yeah.
tie into all the other tunnels under the property that goes to the Playboy Mansion.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. These
Wow.
majority of these tunnels, Queenie, were built in the 70s, and the city planning, blueprints prove it all. And it was all of the
Uh-huh.
celebrities, like Shane was saying, the movie stars building tunnels to the mansion for being able to have parties and all this stuff. And
Oh,
Diddy,
their privacy. They're saying like they want privacy. They don't want to be stalked and stuff like that.
Yeah, they were
Oh,
Hefner's friends that lived there. A lot of the male
yeah,
actors back in the 70s, and that's how they would get there. They would just take the tunnels and go, and that way the reporters and the paparazzi never saw them.
yeah,
okay. The little boys. Okay.
yeah,
Oh, see,
yeah.
I didn't know that, babe.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Listen, we're hitting 25 minutes, people. If you guys could do me a massive favor and like and share, push out our little show for us each day, that would be super duper helpful. Well, listen, guys, we've got our next headline here. P. Diddy's grim life in prison, stripped of privileges, explains former inmate. I mean, I would assume so. I would assume so. And we've got our remote viewer, I believe her name was Beverly, coming back on the show again, and I was fascinated by the things that she was talking about. Shane, you had. I'm pretty sure it was you and I that were talking, Shane. And you were saying that she was saying that he was scratching himself and stuff like that. Can you remember anything else that she brought up?
And who was that now?
The remote viewer interview. She had mentioned that. I don't know if I'm pretty sure it was you I was talking to. If it wasn't you, then I'm misremembering. But I'm pretty
I don't
sure.
remember that. I don't think it
Yeah,
was me. Maybe it was Mac.
Yeah, she had went on to say that Diddy had started scratching himself and wasn't eating and all this kind of stuff. And you would imagine the mental state of Diddy right now has to be massively affected just by his surroundings. Okay, we're talking about going from the most over the top lavish lifestyle to being in a dorm with nothing.
Going
And
through withdrawal on top of that.
oh yeah. Can you imagine the passive addictions that he doesn't even realize he has because he's never had to go without anything?
And all those inmates doing the Diddy dance, no money, and he's going through withdrawal. He's having a day.
Oh man, how many times a day do you think they attempt to blackmail him, or not blackmail, extort him? Like how many times a day? You got to know that there's got to be one big like psycho in that place that is on his ass.
Literally.
Or maybe it's the other way. Maybe Diddy's
I don't
so
know.
well
He,
connected that
he may be approaching them to buy protection. That way they're not on his
Yeah.
ass.
That's probably exactly what it is, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
I was just
God.
about to say I think he's got to buy protection in there because sometimes he may probably offend some people out on the streets and they've got their people in and they're like, listen, he's there, blah, 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 so
Yeah,
he's
but you
got
got to think a
to,
lot of that can work both ways with Diddy. You got to think Diddy has got enough of a business still. His business is not stopping. His clothing line, all of that still. There's a lot of his business that we don't even know about that is still ongoing and making money still by the day. Investments and things like that are still moving. So it's a matter of him making a phone call. He may have businesses that are tied into some shady businesses that people have a vested interest in him staying alive. So his protection may be already provided and he not even know it.
Yeah.
yeah, you've
People keeping him
got
alive.
a point here to extend, Shane. But I think if that was the case and people still have invested interest in him, this wouldn't have gone this far. I think they want to get rid of him now. He's an issue. He has stepped on the wrong toe and given him time to like listen, let this go and everything will be fine. But he kept going and going and going. So
That's a
he's
good point.
woken.
Very good point.
Yeah.
So I think this is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That makes sense too. So I mean, I think it could go either way. But you're right. They might he is now a liability. So this is a
Yes, he
time,
is.
and
Yeah.
he could take his own self out depending on how he carries himself in prison too.
And one of the reason why I got to that scenario is these big people just resigning from their post. That
Yeah,
was
you're right.
that's yeah, that's why I said that. That's like, oh my God, I have
Well,
to remove myself.
so I guess what
Like,
we're thinking then is Diddy is by himself, right? As we're over at the side chat sort of stating. So if he's by himself, the biggest threat to Diddy is going to be guards being paid off, then, right? Or an internal plot. So with this being in the same place where Epstein got Epsteined, how I mean, personally, I'm going to be honest with you, side chat, I think it would have happened by now. I think it would. I think the Epsteining would have happened by now.
as I said before, I don't think Epstein has been Epstein the way they said. I think he's walking among people. That's what I think. He's gonna get himself looking totally different and probably doing the same thing, just a little bit more discreet. I don't know.
I mean,
Everybody
listen,
said my mic's low. Is my mic better now? Is that better?
if there was ever anything that was going to fuel a conspiracy of these
Right.
monsters getting facial reconstructive surgery and being reintegrated into society, is long prison sentences without court cases where the public eye is they're hidden from the public eye and people being able to assess what's going on and all of this stuff. Now, it's a far-fetched theory, but is it really? But
Yeah,
I
No,
really,
it's not because
I think so.
of the way how this world is going now. I literally, I don't know. I've never, even when they brought the news on, oh, they found, I never got that sense that he wasn't in this world anymore. I never got that. Like,
yeah.
hell no.
Martin
Yeah,
seems to agree with that whole series theory as well, saying
yeah.
Epstein was body swapped 100%. And listen,
Oh yeah.
I'm just saying, we're peering into a world that up until now a lot of people thought would have been just conspiracy, and we're getting a glimpse into an element of it that has become reality. So it isn't so far out of the question for these theories to have some sort of precedence in this for sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't wait to see how deep his boys are involved in this.
Oh man.
Wow,
Oh,
that's the sad part that I don't like, that the boys are so heavily involved, it's well, I assume, I don't know for sure, but
yeah.
that's the allegations that's put out there in the public. I'm not saying that, but if that's the case, that would be a really sad situation. Like, messed up these young lads' life, that's wow. Wow.
Well, what I quite wanted to start doing as well, not start doing, but what I wanted to do today was the Daily Star. It's not the most prolific newspaper in the UK, but whereas with some of the bigger publications won't post a lot of the celebrity gossipy style stuff, it's always interesting to sort of scan over these things for what may prove to be major at a later date if this goes to court. And there's a lot of celebrity names that are popping up. Selena Gomez attended P. Diddy party in a tiny dress with fellow A-listers. Again, not a white outfit, but again, it's another celebrity name. And then we go on to Ellen DeGeneres paying tribute to Diddy and resurfaced eerie tweets. It's for me.
I don't know how I feel about like they're naming people like that. No, because okay, let me explain why I'm saying that. As I
Sure.
said before, they could be at a party, but they could not know anything that was going
Correct.
down.
Well,
I
here's the thing.
I think the parties that we are talking about is the one that people have been allegedly been roofied or whatever
Yeah.
it's called. I don't know, and
It's
take advantage of.
so
So
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you because the evidence that I'm looking for are people attending the white parties, right? It's them dressed in, it's the
Yeah.
standard outfit across the whole event. It's the white nails. It's these things, and you can see how exactly as this what I was saying earlier. How people are being headlines are coming out with guilt by association. Well, at least elements of that in the headline. Because when we look at the outfit that they're referencing, it isn't a white party outfit. Now that doesn't mean necessarily mean that they can't get changed or change their outfits after, but that's what I think a lot of celebrities are worried about is the people who have done nothing wrong, okay,
Yeah.
being noted. Hang
Well,
on a second.
those are to be, and you see, all this could tie into other things too, because I'm looking at it like if I went to a Diddy party and say I'm like on a red carpet and someone happened to say, "Oh, have you been to a Diddy party?" I wouldn't be
Right.
ashamed to say it, or I would even come out and make a statement to say, "You know what? I've been to a couple of Diddy parties, but I've never ever seen anything like that, and this is the time I was there," and such as, because I've got nothing to hide.
Yeah,
So
I'm with you.
I'm wondering, no, I said that out earlier when I said most of them probably aren't involved. Why are those ones not even coming out to make a statement to say, you know what, I feel really bad for Sean
I can
because
tell you
I've been to a couple of his party and I've never seen or heard
because
anything like that. So
your statement there would be twisted by the press into you coming to Diddy's defense.
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
And it's
but
happened multiple times with celebrities who get misquoted and have their narrative twisted. And I think that's why a lot of them are just shutting up. I think it's less it's harder for the press to do.
well, if that's the case, and why they're not hearing anything from the celebrities then? If that's the case, it's if you do, you don't. It's the same thing.
It's there's too many ways for people to weaponize words. Silence
Yeah.
isn't as hard, isn't as easy, sorry, to create false narrative with, if that makes sense. And plus as
Yeah.
well, Queenie, you've also got to say how many of them want to say something exactly as you wanted them to say it, but their managers and PR teams are like, shut the fuck up. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Okay. Oh, yeah. 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 I don't. Well, It's like what's his name? Ice Cube. Ice Cube came out promptly and say, "I've never been to a Diddy party."
Well,
There
yeah.
straight away.
Never been.
So
I've never been to a Diddy party. Is different than I went.
yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
No. But that's what I'm saying. So it seems like 98% of celebrities have been to a Diddy party.
Right? That's what I'm saying. If only about 12 people in Hollywood have been like, nope, got it, nope, didn't go, not getting me. And then, yeah, I mean, that is yeah, doing simple maths on it, it is a bit mad. Lady Letitia, how are you? Welcome to the panel. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. I was listening to the lovely panel today.
Yeah.
Hello,
Listen.
sweetie pie.
Hello, Queenie. Hello, Shane.
What's up, Letitia?
Hi. So, you guys were saying that
Yeah.
you don't believe that some of the people, and I could see that some of the people may not have known
Yep.
that Diddy was having these parties, but I mean, like the inner circle, though, like Ellen DeGenerate, I can't
Yep.
really pronounce her last name. She had to know because she was asking specific questions about the after party, so some of them most of them had to know because P. Diddy wanted everybody to know that he did have another party or that he was partying really hard.
Oh, yeah. You have to assume that there is some heavy hitters who were drawn in by the allure of the unknown and took it too far. And then there were some that were just into this sort of thing anyway. And there was others who have been super disappointed since the Man of the Island got shut down and are looking for a new party planner, shall we say.
Hey, Ron, hold that thought for a second. Now, this
Okay.
is, and I've been reading on the internet while you were talking.
Yep.
Ashton Kutcher, okay,
Yep.
Oh, his wife moved out.
No. But remember what else he does. Ashton Kutcher is the co-founder of Thorn, which is the Digital Defenders of Children.
Yep.
It's a nonprofit organization that works to protect children from sexual abuse and human trafficking.
Yep.
So why is he panicking so bad?
Well,
I'm just saying, I mean, you're talking about a new facilitator, essentially. He's a good friend of Diddy. Mila's moved out.
you want
There's a
me
lot
to-
of things pointing to something really freaky
Sure.
going on with
Yeah, do you want me to give you the horrible Ron has no freaking positivity for the world? So
Sure.
what if he's got blackmail material on Kutcher, and Kutcher's had to go and set up this charity as a way to increase accessibility to vulnerable individuals, databases, locations, leads, all these things that circle around being able to access vulnerable children.
That's why I read that, because I'm thinking the same way you are.
Yeah, good. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Another human being whose life has been ruined by my content.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, it seems like a very clever, hide in plain sight style plan, if that makes sense. Because it is quite twisted when you think how close Ashton Kutcher, his involvement allegedly was with all of this, and also his charity. So here we go. Rumors have been hang on, that's the right one. Yeah, rumors have been circling about Mila. I mean, this is back in September that this was put out. But do you think that his wife is panicking, Mila Kunis? What do you think the story is with all of this, Queenie? What do you think?
Well, remember that video earlier when they were I can't remember what TV
That
show
70s
they
show.
were. Oh yeah, that 70s
70s
show,
show.
and they went for that interview, and they were
Mhm.
talking about like the age difference and stuff like that. You never know, and maybe something has been going on with his organization, or I don't know. This is weird.
Let's touch on Danny Masterson for a second, right? Because that's who was in that 70s show. He was a Scientology member, I do believe. And I think he was a Scientology member. I think he was. And he was a proper, R-wordy man. He was not a nice dude. Went to prison. And these two put together what I believe is called it's like a character reference or a character statement. And that's what they did. And obviously the internet came for them.
Yes.
And it's a bit odd when you start adding all these things up, Shane.
Yeah. You're either going to be, it's an honest reference for your friend, or you're trying to save your friend and then save your own ass.
Yeah. Do you know what another thing that always comes to my mind is see all of the super famous people when I was growing up that suddenly just became unfamous, right? Like they were massive actors or actresses, and then all of a sudden, nothing. It's almost as if they got offered the contract and they refused it, and that was their career done. Do you know what I mean? And it's weird because obviously most of them were big enough to just live off what they had, but it always makes me wonder where some celebrities have just vanished to after what looked like a prominent, like roller coaster of a career when. I was growing up and, I seen them in movies and all this stuff and then gone.
Yep.
It's weird. And the only reason I say that is I know what's happened to one particular Hollywood actor. I've heard his story about what he went through when he went up against a certain Hollywood director, shall we say. And that was him done. I mean, the blacklisting is real. The cabal is real. The length that these people go to protect each other. I mean, just take a look. I mean, it's so mad. Look at Nickelodeon, right? Having its story. Schneider, a man who is obsessed with young children and their feet, who turned the Nickelodeon logo into a foot, who used to get young kids to post their feet on Twitter for him. No problem, right? No problem. It is mad. It is mad. right? Just how much this is completely gone like snowball effect in areas. And you know what? It's insane that it wasn't being called out when it was happening with Schneider. It's the last couple of years that Schneider's really been super duper outed. But you've got to understand, he was the cash cow for Nickelodeon. He was the one who was writing everything.
Right.
And I mean, us as, adults, grown-ups, it's been a long time since we fathom how powerful kids TV or teen TV is. But it's obviously a freaking massive market.
Well, you even look at YouTube, a lot of your largest channels, and this, are based around toys and kids' music and videos. I mean, you're talking hundreds of millions of subscribers. Or parents that have kids that watch. Do
you remember the meme when we had Surviving Life of me going on about Ryan's toys?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Do you know he's about 13 years old now and is starting to sound like a young man and is losing interest in this stuff rapid. And it's going to be interesting to see what goes on over the next couple of years. He wants to be an animator and work for the company that his parents and him have built, because he's turned himself into a cartoon as like an off-brand thing, but he's still doing the Ryan's toys. But the twin sisters now have been brought into it, so the torch may be passed. And it's just fascinating to me, man. Like the whole Ryan's toys situation is one of those ones for me. It's
he's got a net worth of $22 million, so it sounds like he can do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, like it's mad. Yeah. It's so mad. So mad. It really, really is. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm not promoting Ryan's toys in any positive light. Just from a sheer data analysis point of view, it's mad. It really, really is. The money is just mad. All right, so here's some more celebrity names speaking out. Pussycat Dolls says she's been speaking out about P. Diddy for years, but no one listened. 1 second, I need to take a drink. Okay.
Really?
Okay. Former band member Kaya Jones has been seen speaking out about pressure to sleep with more. Oh, hang on a second. Former band member Kaya Jones says she has been speaking out about pressure to sleep with people for years and even branded the group a prostitution ring. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Kaya Jones says that she's been speaking out about Sean Diddy Combs for 7 years but no one listened. The singer 40 was a member of the Pussycat Dolls in 2004 and made headlines in 2017 when she said on X she felt pressure to sleep with people while part of the group. She ran it on X that at the time, how bad was it? Bad enough that I walked away from my dreams, bandmates, and a 13 million. Wow. That must have been pretty bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is going to sound really messed up, right? In fact, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to carry on. In 2014, I told Hollywood executives. In 2015, I told press. In 2011, I spoke up again. I hope you can hear me now. Media in 277, way to go. Pretty sure that outfit isn't YouTube friendly. On Thursdays, Kaya again took to X to address the Combs scandal engulfing showbiz due to the amount of A-listers who were in the rapper's orbits attending his now infamous freakout parties. She reposted in 2017 a press story about comments in response to Elon Musk's recent X post about Combs' arrest and federal indictment. Tesla founder Elon, 53, wrote about the allegations of Combs' sex trafficking and racketeering and how many people in the music entertainment knew about this. Kai has now replied, "Here you go, Elon Musk. I've been speaking since 2017. No one listened." Combs, who is now in jail in New York awaiting his trial, allegations of abuse continue to mount over the alleged victims. Did not have anything to do with the Pussycat Dolls. Kaya has previously branded the girl group. Wow, branded the girl group a prostitution ring. Jesus, I mean, oh man, that is brutal. Like, because let's be honest. There was maybe 2 members of the Pussycat Dolls that could sing, right? Shirt Swinger and one of the other ones, okay?
Yeah. Right.
Okay? But there was like 20 of them, okay? So if like, oh, maybe that's what it was, man. Maybe they were just a big like group of tidy girls brought together to move about parties and have that allure. This is Hollywood's fucking grim.
Yeah.
Its creator and choreographer Robin Anton branded their claims disgusting, ridiculous lies. I'm sure you did, Robin. No bother. Okay, Robin, no bother. And the Pussycat Dolls lead singer Nicole Shirtswinger, 46, and her fellow bandmates released a statement slamming her remarks. It said, "I liken our profession to role as the Pussycat Dolls to prostitution ring. Not only undermines everything we worked hard for to achieve, but all those years, but also taking the spotlight of millions of young victims speaking." Wait, so she never denied it?
She didn't.
So, I mean, if I turned around to you, like, if you, okay, so I think a lot of people, if I say picture a prostitute, and then I say picture a high level escort, right? It's two different things that could possibly appear in your head, right?
Bunny ranch.
I feel like it was almost the word prostitution was what she took offense to, and not what that actually entails. Yeah, Disco. The reason that we're looking at the Daily Star, right? The reason that we're looking at the Daily Star is I'm looking at all of the trash headlines from the Daily Star that have got celebrity names that tie into this case to see which amount of the trash headlines turn out to amount to something at a later date. It's daytime TV. All right, relax. We're not getting too heavy. All right, we're skimming some news. We're skimming some news. We're having a good time. All right, relax. Okay?
I read that all the time.
Yeah. No, it is the trashiest of trash newspapers.
I didn't know that.
But so, for example, I probably wouldn't have found out about the Pussycat Dolls if we hadn't have just went through this trash news headline. And of course, even though it's a trash publication, we can still back up what they're saying with the Twitter stuff, if you see what I mean. So, Disco, this is the thing. So let's say we look at 10 articles. I can guarantee you 8 of them, like the Selena Gomez one, right? So here we go. Weaponizing a headline, right? So Selena Gomez attended Diddy party in a tiny dress, but it's a purple dress, right? So you can see it there. Like, for me, I want to see the images of the white parties, people dressed in white, all of this stuff. And the first argument was, will we see these headlines being weaponized against people just to put a headline out? Do you see what I mean? So Selena Gomez may have been at a party with Diddy, but it doesn't look like from those images that it's the ones that we're all referring to, if that makes sense.
Right.
Listen,
She may not have known.
yeah, 100%, 100%. But it's interesting when we look at the Pussycat, Pussycat Dolls headline, because we can back all this up with tweets. And if she has been saying this, and I'm not being funny, but what a nightmare. $13 million deal and all of your dreams. Okay? Like, damn. I mean, it must have been awful. Awful. Like, truly unimaginable horror. Okay? And not even just like a one-time thing. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm sure there's a lot of men and women out there that would lower themselves and do something one time with somebody to get a leg up in the world. Okay? If you don't think that's a reality, people, yeah, have a fucking word with yourself. Okay? But I mean, to feel like you're a prostitution ring, that is dark. That is really dark. You know, that's interesting. 7 Deadly Chins. I meant to say this to you the other day. That is my new favorite screen name. It's too good.
I like that.
7 Deadly Chins. Honestly, there's been a couple of times where the names of the people in the side chat have made me laugh at the worst possible times, and this was one of them. That's a good point, because Simon Cowell and Shirtswinger are like buddies, super buddies. Oh man, it's all coming full circle, yo. It's all coming full circle. So okay, again, interesting one with the Pussycat Dolls, horrific, right? How about this? Resurfaced video shows P. Diddy kissing young girl he called adopted daughter, again from the Star. So let's just this is one I want to I've put in here, because it might we might see these names or these individuals at a later date, possibly speaking out about things, or possibly not. Who knows? A weird video of P. Diddy kissing a young girl called his adopted daughter has resurfaced. According to sources of TMZ, Diddy never legally adopted the little girl, Ava, from the 2022 video, despite claiming on Instagram Live he adopted her because he wanted her to have a black parent. It's odd because Diddy never gave that Lamborghini to Bieber either. He seems to like to write a lot of checks with his mouth that his ass ain't going to cash.
I thought he bought him a car.
Yeah, nah. Hang on a second. In the bizarre clip, the rapper can be seen informing the camera that he adopted her with Ava's mother's permission. He asked her to introduce herself, to which she then responds with a smile, "I'm Ava Combs," Combs being P. Diddy's last name. This is super weird. He says, "Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story of how I adopted you. You still have beautiful parents, but you're my child also. Please tell the story." What? Ava explained, so I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said, "Come inside and play with his kids."
Oh God.
Like, this is all off an Instagram video, right? That's what it said.
Yeah, I think he was on a live.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So a man who is currently in prison on allegations of human transportation just finds a little girl and picks her up and takes her home.
And that was like a couple weeks after his first thing with the law. You know, that was a couple weeks into it.
He did give him a Lamborghini.
All right. We understand your team Lamborghini, Letitia. Okay, we get it. All right, we get it. That is really messed up. Ava then added that she was friends with Diddy's two daughters and that the trio are basically like sisters. Dizzy then kissed Ava on the cheek and repeated the name Ava Combs. TMZ reported that Ava is cared for by her own parents and that she is pals with Combs' two daughters. The video had resurfaced after the Instagram Live originally took place in 2020, and the internet noticed Diddy's strange behavior. One person said, "This dude just keeps getting weirder and weirder," while someone else claimed a sick weirdo. Another ex-user asked, "Where is she?" Yeah, that's what comes to mind. That's what I would quite like to know.
Let me look her up.
Yeah, go look her up. Because that is super odd. So Ava is on the left, which is here, right? It's this little girl here, I think. Is that right? Yeah, that's my left. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. They don't mean Diddy's left, do they? No, they mean this.
I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Pussycat Dolls are half dressed. Yeah. Welcome to the joys of showbiz and wardrobes. Who helped Madonna, helped Angela, who else are they helping get their hands on it? Yeah, okay, damn. Also, everyone, if you want to come and join the Discord, I've started doing live streams where I'm bringing people on to the voice chats to have your say and stuff like that. So come join us. Let me just keep going through this because this one just rang major alarm bells to me. The fact that they've all got puppies as well. All of this is like a photograph for like the end result of an expert groomer, and there's all of his prey there with all of the tools he used in order to claim them. Do you know what I mean? It's madness. And of course, this is the headline from last week. P. Diddy accused of abusing a 9-year-old, spiking drinks as 120 people make claims, lawyer says. Do you know what's scary, Queenie, right? That 120 people, I'm going to assume the majority of them are just the normal people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the lead characters that were in Blink Twice. You know what I mean? They were the normies, the good looking, or the people that were selected, shall we say? Not necessarily good looking, but the people that were selected. That's the sort of vibe I get.
Sorry, Ron. You know, I haven't seen it because I fell asleep.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. No. So I feel like a lot of the people who could be involved in these 120 are the sort of more regular non-celebrity people that have been invited to these parties, if that makes sense. Like the young kids and all of that. Because they're trying to go to court to get charges against Diddy. Whereas I feel like a lot of the celebrities want to hit delete, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, it's such a sad situation, though. One of my biggest concern about this whole situation, why they waited this long. This is why I know that it's all a distraction, because everyone knew
Yeah.
what was
Yeah,
going
the
on, and
oh,
They
sure.
did, Queenie. They knew what was going on.
yeah.
Yeah, well, like I say,
He was telling us.
we just need to wait and see what happens with elections and things like this, because if we start,
There won't be any elections, please.
what do you think is going to happen?
See, they're making another man-made hurricane, in my opinion,
Mm.
to wipe out all the places that are where you can get most of the is it delegates? Is that what you guys call it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Really?
that's what they're doing.
I mean they can.
See,
They can
they're not even helping their own citizens that is trapped.
yeah,
Apparently they some food was dropped in and then they came and destroy it. They send in black
yeah, but
ops
who's
and
who's really who's
What
really
talks-
who's really the one to blame here, right? Did you learn nothing from Katrina and how the citizens of America were treated in Katrina? Why the hell would this be any different?
yeah, and that was an election year too. So
You know,
it's crazy. They're all displacing these people.
of course they are.
Yes, I said a man-made. Yes, I said. Don't you
Oh,
know
listen,
that some of these things that we're
there's
seeing. This woman, what's her name? This woman in the um oh god, Belgium. What's it called? What's that? The UN place, whatever. She literally a couple of days ago was saying that, oh, we have to be preparing now for all before this hurricane came out. She was chatting about what's gonna be happening. So come on now, people.
yeah. I mean,
Y-
don't get me wrong. There is massive amounts of evidence uh, to weather control. You can go down the rabbit hole yourselves. Everybody, HARP's another one to look into. But
What are you talking about? Cloud
And
seeding?
yeah,
look at
cloud
all
seeding
the
to an extent.
timing. Look at all the areas they're targeting. This apparently this place in the US, they found where they can get natural resources and the people don't want to leave the land. So in order for them to get the people off, this is what they're doing. And now they're seizing the lands for themselves. The government tell them they're not going to be building anything else. They're bulldozing stuff and telling them to get off. They're seizing the land.
Yeah, they said they
Um,
were sending in bulldozers and they weren't even going to clean the bodies up. They were just bulldozing the
Yeah,
bodies and everything because of the stench. And people, the townspeople were having a fit because the government was coming in with cleaning crews and just wiping everything out. And you can't do that. That's illegal to do that to a deceased person.
yeah. And they're not giving
Horrible.
back the lands to the residents. They're seizing
Right.
it because that's the whole purpose of what they did.
Yeah, and cloud
How
seeding works. I
how
mean,
how
they
can
did it
you?
in where is it? What country is it in? Dubai. When Dubai had those floods, that was cloud seeding. They admitted it, so it
Yep,
works.
yep,
I think
yep.
I think this is Ava Combs's Instagram.
You found it?
I
I
think
read that she was doing just fine.
I can't decide if the face is matched.
Listen, I
Uh,
don't know. I just don't see the election happening now anymore because
oh
of
no, wait,
everything that they're trying to do to don't make that election happen. They don't want that man in the White House again.
yeah, okay.
But
Vice versa, though,
let's
Queenie.
turn it back. Let's turn
He's
it
going to
back
be the
on
one
the
to save
topic.
everything.
Yeah, let's turn it back on the
okay,
topic.
okay.
Yeah, I was finna go there.
I'm just listen. You're gonna have to drive for a minute. I'm down a rabbit hole.
Okay. Please to get out that rabbit hole.
Queenie, I have
Yeah.
a question.
Yes, there.
So did you see the lawyer? I'm sure you did yesterday. I know you guys already talked about it. The lawyer from
Mm-hmm.
yesterday talking about how he vetted the thousands of people and 120.
Yeah.
What was your overall take again on that?
My overall take on it is that the ones that he's whittled down, there is significant evidence that they've got a really strong case. And I don't think it's just case with Diddy alone. I think there's possibly stuff with a few corporations and stuff like that. That's what I think. Because he kept saying that's basically his focus, you know. So I think maybe there's strong evidence to go after the corporations and the entities that were behind these stuff as well, where they're cleaning up afterwards or they're facilitating whatever is happening. So yeah.
And I believe he also said that they're going to be tried differently. They're not. It's not a civil case. It's not like one of those cases.
No,
Yeah.
I think okay. I think someone asked if it was like a class action suit,
Yes.
and he was explaining why it's not, because like say you've got like it's like what 120 people, a few of them may have different defendants, so it wouldn't be. So I think they're like seeing, I think he said what, like 10 people, like they'll be doing it in like 10, something like that he was saying. But it's
Yes.
gonna be,
Oh.
I don't think this case is gonna be heard anyway.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Well,
They're gonna
one good thing too is that we're going to hopefully, and I didn't mean to cut you off, but it just made me think.
no, that's all right.
I sent him a message this morning and thanked him for coming on the show. And if all goes well, we'll have him back on in a few weeks. And I haven't told Ron and Sean this, but I heard back from him directly, and that he'll be able to come back on with some updates. You know, so that'll be fun.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful.
Yeah, Ron, I forgot to tell you that he emailed me while we first started the show that because Sean wanted me to send him a thank you note, kind of sort of from everybody, and
yeah,
he said he'd love to come back on again. So I said, sure, that'll work.
That's because if you haven't noticed, ladies and gentlemen, the Team Atwood team is one of the best out there. Okay, and we're not only looking after our guests, but make them feel so welcome that they just can't stop coming back time and time again.
Oh, and you guys just wait and see what's coming in the next few weeks.
We know things you don't know. Nah. We know secrets that you don't know. Nah. But you will actually all lose your mind. At least one of you.
Think the word confirmation.
No, don't. Let's not listen. At least one of you is going to drop a hot beverage when you find out about this. Okay. Like, at least one of you, out of the 1,500 people watching right now, definitely one of you is going to have one of those movie moments where you drop the hot drink, and then like the orchestra music comes in and it falls in slow motion. Yeah. Just you wait. You'll know when it happens. Trust me. Anyway, I'm deep down this rabbit hole. So, Ava Bronnie Combs, Jaime Bronnie Combs, pray for my dad. So, it seems like a lot of weirdness. What the fuck is this now? Okay, it's just all too weird. There's just too many strings and threads in this whole mess. But I have found the videos and all the stuff that he tried to wipe off his social media, so let's play that. Also, after this live stream, I'm going to be setting up the laptop as something that we can go on the dark web with. And we're going to go looking for all those leaked videos, and we're going to go looking for all the lists that have allegedly been leaked, and we're going to see what we can find on the good old webiness darkness.
Yes, Nicola.
Right, let's see what this.
Look how he's holding on to her. Can't hear it.
Linda, we're waiting on confirmation. Okay, Linda, relax. As soon as we can legally mention it, we'll legally mention it. I'm just teasing you all right now. This is just a little. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, but as soon as we can, we will, Linda. I promise. Oh God, that is the cringiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah. We couldn't hear it, but
you can't hear it.
Creepy.
You can't hear this.
No.
No, there's no sound, Ron.
How is it? How can there be no sound? Hang on a second. You can't hear that. Why the fuck is that? Why not? Hang on a second. Let me just. What do you mean you can't hear it? Hang on, let me check the mixer here.
No sound.
What have I done? 100% music. That's weird, man. I cannot tell you why that isn't working. Let me just check the sound options in here. Broadcast default, broadcast stream, speaker. Actually, that should be on system, but that doesn't make any difference. Yeah, that's weird. No sound. Oh, okay, right. Well, I'll post a link because I apologize that I have no idea why that is. I wonder if Discord's interfering with something. Let's turn that off and turn that off and turn this off.
And so then he saw me.
Yeah, you got the sound. You got the sound now.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah! All right, let's refresh this bitch.
So this is a video I just saw. I never knew that Diddy apparently has a daughter that he adopted. And if you listen to what she says, it sounds really weird. Hey, I'm not gonna say anything. What do you guys think? Let's watch the video together.
Introduce yourself.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Barone.
Eva Barone Combs? Yes, it's breaking news.
She tells her story.
Tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Combs.
Guys, it just keeps getting worse.
It really does just keep getting worse.
So this is a video I just saw.
Yeah, okay. That was freaking grim. So, I mean, it just, every single time something comes out, all right, about Diddy, about something he's done in his past, something he's done before his arrest, whatever, it just seems to get creepier and creepier and creepier. This is no less of that. And if you just Google this girl's name, the amount of stuff that is kind of coming up about conspiracies, about this, about that, is unreal. So what I mean, I don't even know what to say on this. It is so creepy and odd. Like, what's your reaction to that, Letitia?
It's creepy. He's a creep, and they keep showing us over and over and over again who he really is. So how do people not know now? That's and how many people knew? I mean, I remember the lawyer was talking about it, you know, about the people that knew in the inner circle.
Yeah.
He didn't talk about the celebrities, but he said that they knew.
Yeah.
It's creepy. It's disgusting. I wonder what our parents are thinking. We're thinking.
Well, this is it. I mean, we're talking. I mean, she's allegedly she was friends with his daughters. So you have to then assume that.
That's not what she said, Ron. You weren't listening. She said she was on the road, and he said she could come into.
It was in the whatever the thing we just read out before that had said that she'd been friends with the daughters. But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, she did say as well that she was picked up off the street. I mean, what does that even mean, Queenie?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He seems so proud.
Yeah, 100%. She did say that. 100%. I'm not denying that. It was what I read out earlier, but it only really makes sense if she knew the daughters, right? Because you can't just walk down the street, see a kid sitting in the street, pick her up and take her home. Like that's basically the narrative they're pushing out, Rosebud and everybody else that was saying it, and it just seems a bit mad to me. Also, let's say that story is true. Okay, let's say you are a hero who rescues a child from the street. Why would you then sit with your arm round them and kiss them on the internet, knowing how weird the situation is already? Because you're a grown man who's just brought a child home from the street. Do you see what I mean? There doesn't seem any sense of awareness or anything, or not even awareness. Yeah, awareness of how open they are with all of this. Does that make sense?
Yes.
In plain sight.
Yes. Yes. God
And
damn.
Beaver is terrified of him. He just looks terrified. Like,
I agree. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It may not be. It may be down to the person he's representing. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it may be a case as well that he's only going to settle out of court with the ones who he doesn't believe the evidence will amount to enough to take to court, if that makes sense.
okay.
I'm just speculating. I'm definitely not smart enough to pretend I know the intricacies of a lawsuit. But I think I genuinely going off what the impression he gave me, I get the feeling that he is going to go after everyone he possibly can. And there's going to be a certain percentage of those people where he probably won't get the result he would want from court for the survivor or the victim. So there's a lot of complications to take into as a factor. He'll be criticized for dragging everyone into court, even if some people would have preferred to settle. He'll be criticized for settling, if you see what I mean. But I genuinely believe this man is serious when he says he's going after everyone. I cannot wait to see where this goes. The man has sharks for door handles in his office. Okay. Do you know, as a lawyer, he has sat down and thought, yeah, I want people to know I am deadly. I am a shark. Before they even get into my office, people need to know how ruthless I am. Okay? The fucking shark handles? Where'd you even get a shark handle? Where'd you even get them? Badass lawyer people.
Amazon.
No, I was telling you need to highlight Murphy James' message, what he says. It's perfect. What Diddy was doing.
Murphy
when
James.
You see them, it's up a little bit, just a few steps up, but it's perfect. That's what that was with that young girl. I think that was. Yeah.
No, I can't find it.
Okay.
Do you remember what it said?
Yeah, he says that was advertising for potential buyer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That would, I mean, yeah, you just think though, how so lost in your own ego do you have to be if that is the case? I mean, I personally don't know if it was. It could have been, but
none of us know anything. We're all speculating and having fun here. We weren't there. We don't know. This is all for fun.
Yeah, entertainment. Let's go with that because definitely not.
We're entertainers.
Yeah, Maria, we've done quite a lot of that. So personally, like I say, I've let you know what I think is going to happen. But again, Marie, I'm not smart enough to divulge a lot of the inner workings. But you're going to get people that say everything about. You're going to see. You're going to get people that are going to go against anything that's out there, whether it's based on opinion, whether it's based off of their facts that they believe are facts, or facts that are facts, whatever. You're always going to come up against that kind of stuff. But as somebody going to take on Hollywood, I'm more than excited about going along for this.
To be very honest with you, I don't understand when people come up with these ambulance chaser thing, because yes,
what does that mean?
whenever you're doing a job, you need money, don't you? And that's a part of him getting paid.
Yeah.
So if he helps, if he's helping and getting money, he's not doing anything illegal, is he?
I don't know what that term means, but you got to also remember, if you don't think that there's people out there paying good money to discredit the people fighting for this cause, and I'm not saying that's what's happened at all. Just so you know, I'm just saying it happens, man. It happens all the time. It's some people call it psyop, some people call it propaganda, some people call it counterintelligence. It happens on a low level point to YouTubers, so I can guarantee you that it's going to happen out there. So I'm not saying don't do your own investigation, don't form your own opinion. Certainly don't listen to me. Go and form your own opinion on these things. And you are welcome to have your opinion, whether it's the same as mine or isn't the same as mine or any of the panel members. We're all adults. We can all have different views and still get on in society, believe it or not. That is how it works.
Most definitely.
So yeah. So just so you know.
But it's just crazy though. I just don't know what's happening, what's next. Like every single day you wake up, it's just more and more and more. My God.
Yeah, I mean,
that P. Diddy got denied bail a third time.
Yeah, like 100 million, I think he offered at one point.
Oh wow.
Put in his mum's house, his house, all his everything. I mean, 100 million in assets. I think that's the word.
Wow, they don't want his money.
Well, how mad is that, man? Like, how mad is that? Because American justice system loves money. Like, they love a bit of money, right?
That's the reason why this is a proper takedown, Ron.
Well,
you know, this is a proper takedown.
Either that, or he's been eliminated for weeks, and we won't find out about it for weeks to come, and we're all just being fooled by the news stuff.
Do you want proof of life? You want proof of life?
Listen, man, all I'm saying is I want a 24-hour live stream camera in Diddy. I'll permit him a corner to pee and poop in, but we can't see him, right? But I think that I would be all right with that. I would be okay with just globally siphoning the money out of every country's tax to pay for it, so that we can all just sit here and just keep an eye on him.
You can just call it Diddy and the BBC.
Yeah, I'm just saying, right? Diddy, none of this bank CCTV that looks like it was filmed on a potato, a proper CCTV camera, right? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think 8 billion.
We say a 360 view.
Oh, 360 view. Face tracking, night vision.
Shower cam.
Yeah, you can even donate $10 and it will play a loud noise so that if he's sleeping, you can abruptly wake him up.
Jump scares.
Jump scares and shit. Actually, that's a brilliant idea. Do you know how much money, like torturing people in prison that like P. Diddy? Can you imagine if we could go to a website and frantically disrupt the sleeping pattern of child abusers who are locked up in prison all around the world? That would be the #1 website in the world. In the world. It'd be amazing.
Oh, that was fun.
Oh, man.
Imagine back in the day when Charles Manson was in prison. Imagine jump scaring Charles Manson.
Guy hasn't slept in 39 years. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm telling you.
Look, BB, what's his name? BDK or TDK? Shit.
Doesn't matter. All of them, man. All of them.
BTK is what I'm trying to say. Sorry. Scaring BTK. That would be great.
dead as a diddler, eh? That's a
Oh,
bad.
I
I
think
really want to know what TD Jakes had to do with it. I attended his church. You know, his church is here in Texas,
Okay.
and I was actually on the usher board.
Okay.
Met him
Well,
and everything, but I
so,
would like
so
to know.
even you have ties to someone who has ties to Diddy. Is that what you're saying? Or one of our very own panel members has one of these flimsy threads attached to her that's attached to another guy that's attached to Diddy. What was the name of the guy, the priest you were talking about there, Letitia?
TD Jakes. He's got a church here called the Potter House in Texas.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, here we go. Pastor Keon, is that right?
TD Jakes.
Hang on. I think it's this guy. Is it this guy? Oh no, it's this one.
No.
No. All right. Okay.
But
I always look at it. They were always the man before they were a minister.
right, exactly, Shane.
Oh, this is a different pastor who's standing by TD Jakes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Okay. I can't read English. TD Jakes' relationship with Diddy under scrutiny again. Okay. Here we go. So this, if anyone asks, this is Letitia's very good friend that apparently is intertwined with Diddy. Nothing suspicious there at all, mate. TD Jakes' relationship with Diddy under scrutiny again. This is in March in wake of raid and lawsuits. That's so wild that you know a pastor that's been dragged into this.
He looks like Santa.
He does look a bit like Santa. What is all over him though? Like he looks like a bunch of Oompa Loompas have finished across him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rumors that emerged last December about Jake and Combs' relationship continued to endure afresh online Wednesday, days after the federal agents and Homeland Security investigators raided Combs' home in California and Florida as part of the sex trafficking ring. In an 80-page lawsuit, it's filled the U.S. District Court and Southern Districts of New York that was amended this week. Jones alleged that he was sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened by Combs while he lived and worked with Combs in September. Wait. Hang on a minute. Who's Jones? Tell my TJ in a music video on Monday. Oh, here we go. Producer Rodley Little Rod Jones. Okay, alleged. Okay, yes, that's it. Okay, that's I know what that is now. So apologies. That he was sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened by Combs. In the lawsuit, also names as defendant actor Comedian Jr., Combs' adult son Justin, his chief of staff Christina. I mean, there's so many people that are getting dragged into this.
Yeah.
It's like it is. This is so massive. Can you imagine how long it's going to take to read out all the charges when that 120 person case goes to trial? It's going to be like 6 or 7 hours of just charges being read out.
This is going to be a 3 to 4 year trial. I don't think the normal 2 years is going to suffice because you got 120 different individual cases essentially. Somebody posted on the chat that like, can't they just do a what's that one is called the case lawsuits where they no, it's not a blanketed type of lawsuit or whatnot. I mean that's for businesses when you do a class action lawsuit. These are individual criminal trials that they're not going to do it because not everybody was in the same circumstances. You have some that may be really embedded in his world and some that may have just had a one or two time instance. It doesn't make one of them any less horrible. It just means you've got some that are going to have more evidence against Diddy and it's all going to have to be heard, unless he completely says, look, screw it, I'm guilty. I'll pay whatever, just shut it all down. And then it'll be up to them how far they go on all the other charges that are of how long he'll end up being put away, And when I said earlier, as far as him getting off, because somebody made a comment about it, he anything can happen in court. I mean, I've seen, and Ron knows too. I mean, you've seen other cases that people have walked. Yeah, well, exactly. OJ, just because of a technicality. Now, the level of this, the size of this, it probably won't happen. But the lady that the channel I was watching has been in prison, and pretty, knowledgeable about this. And, it's really anything can happen. He could strike a big enough deal on all these charges to say, look, I'll give everything up if I just don't go to jail,
Well, that's it. It could be a case of the names that are bigger than him. But it would fall straight back in to the classic criminal pyramid. Do you know what I'm saying, Shane? If I'm arresting you for possession of something, you ain't going to jail if you give up somebody that's got a bigger possession than you.
Yep, they want the man at the top, or if it's multiple people, you may not just have one person at the top. It could be a complete group of people that are facilitating all this. Just like I talked about Ashton earlier, you've got a puzzle right now, and you've only got one piece of the puzzle. So once you get all the pieces in place, then you get to see what the puzzle looks like. Then you'll know who's to blame for all of it. Is it Diddy? Or is it a group of people in Diddy's warehouse that are all doing this and have been doing this? This has been happening way before any of us were born. In the years in Hollywood and in the music business, it's just now with cell phones and things like that, it's getting recorded. It always happened. Hollywood, Shirley Temple, all that, it's been going on for decades. It's just you never had the means to see it. And if you can't see it, a lot of times you can't prove it. But now you can prove it because it's all on cell phone video and CCTV and surveillance, and everything is recorded nowadays. You can't fart and squeeze your ass without getting, without being on videotape,
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just checking some viewer report about the man on the island on Twitter. I'm so new to Twitter. I don't know if I'm looking.
I've tried getting you on Twitter for like 4 years now. How many channels I've made for you on Twitter?
I kept setting them up and then forgetting the logins.
You even had me build a channel on Twitter for Surviving Life. Then we all forgot about it.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at. I'm pretty good at that. Epstein trying on X again. 200. Well, where the frick are they? I believe you, bro. Is it hashtag Epstein? Is that maybe what it is?
Oh, and I left you a Sonny Emilio clip for the end of the stream.
Yes, I will take that. Are the trending topics regional on Twitter? So am I seeing what's trending in the UK, and are you seeing what's trending in America?
It depends on how you got your settings set. I mean, or unless you're running the VPN. If you're running the VPN, it may be where your VPN set.
Yeah, dude, I believe you. I'm completely believing you. But I'm too stupid to figure out Twitter, man.
What are you looking for?
Well, apparently, it was just said that. Here we go. Hang on. It was on the screen. Epstein is trending on X again. 248 posts. 248K posts, which is a lot of freaking posts.
Yeah, just hit hashtag Epstein and it'll take you to the hashtag page.
Yeah, I did that too, but it's not doing that.
I mean, usually when Twitter's global.
Hang on. Let me try something else because I am a dumbass. Like I'm going into the search bar. I'm putting hashtag Epstein, right? And yeah, okay. I mean, there's loads of posts. I'm too stupid for this. Inside Jeffrey Epstein's plane, party jet. Post about that. Silver spoon sellouts, and it's some politicians and former presidents.
What I'm going to know is what's going to be interesting is when you see Diddy's version of the list of how many of those people that are on that list are on Epstein's list. And again, I get it. Everybody, like when Queenie was talking about the guilt by association, it's Hollywood. All these people hang out together, and these people are only bad when they finally get caught and people know about it. And I don't mean they're not bad before that, but I'm just saying until they're caught, they're superstars. So of course Trump's going to hang out with so-and-so, Clinton's going to hang out with so-and-so, because they're movie stars. They're in the news. They're relevant. Well, now when they do something wrong, now it's, so-and-so used to hang out together. Well, I mean, people who used to hang out with serial killers until they got caught and people knew they were serial killers,
Yeah, it's true. There is 100% going to be a cross section of people that are involved with this that had nothing to do with anything at all. And I completely agree with you. There will be a small section.
Right. They just went to a party. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, not even as far as that, mate.
Look, I'd go to a Diddy party myself,
Yeah.
think Ron's got a picture of me at a Diddy party.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I see where you went from with that.
You weren't supposed to tell people about my Diddy party, Ron.
Shane sent me a picture of himself in a white T-shirt holding a can of beer yesterday. So I started.
Yeah, I was dressed up like Caesar.
Yeah, I started editing him into the Diddy parties, and then it descended into you were a cop at like one of the El Chapo scenes, and then you were
2 hours later, I'm getting pictures of me molded into all these different photographs.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, I did these things. I made these things happen. That's what happens when I have Photoshop and I have 20 minutes to spare, and we're talking on the phone. That's what happens.
Right.
Well, this is the thing. So I get what you're saying. So just before someone clips you and puts you on Twitter, I think what you were trying to say there was, if you were a normal person in Hollywood, you're slightly connected to the industry or in the industry, and you genuinely knew nothing of the horrors of Diddy, and you got invited to a Diddy party that was the surface level ring one party where everyone is just doing normal things, you would have went it. I imagine most people would have if they didn't know the atrocities that took place there. And we have to assume a certain level of that does exist in the grand equation of this entire thing. And it doesn't mean everyone's falls under that at all. But it is, we are going to see some people that are just like, mate, I literally just dropped off my pal and then I left. Do you know what I mean? We're going to see a lot of that happening. I think so.
Shit, I'm hanging out till I see Diddy chasing Usher with a bottle of baby oil. Then I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Oh my
I wouldn't stay. I wouldn't.
Well, listen,
I'm joking. That's a joke.
We're hitting the dark web this week, and I'm going to go and see what I can find. I want to see if I can find lists. I want to see if I can find these apparent leaked screenshots of Diddy and an apparently more famous star. And all this stuff, because if it's out there and apparently being leaked and shared around Hollywood, it's damn well going to be somewhere on the internet.
Is it time to blow off the Tor browser?
Oh yeah, it's time to dust off Tor, right?
Dust off Tor.
Dust off Tor. Get the old thumb drive out that turns my computer into a computer that does not exist.
Yeah, I had an old Galaxy Tab when I used to get on mine and do that, and it's like it was the slowest thing in the world, but it was a throwaway. So.
Oh yeah. No, it's always slow. It's like it's back to the dial-up era, my guys.
And you can't use any Apple products because they have patches and ways around that they can get in there and get your IP. And it's like I'm like, no, not risking an Apple product.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it's a virtual system that I use.
Yeah.
So I'm on a physical PC, but the PC that I'm on does not exist. It's virtual. Right. It's how you can create a virtual PC and then download a bunch of viruses and then just install them all and see what happens.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you know what I mean? As soon as you pull the thumb drive out, the PC no longer exists.
Neat. Yeah, so you know all about that other, and I just downloaded Tor, did the VPN, and
as long as you've got your thumb drive, you can stick it into anyone's computer, and it'll turn their computer into your virtual system. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
You know too much.
It's not like a dodgy thing. It's like it's open source. It's open source stuff. But it means, so for example, if you were to get through my defense systems and be able to take control of my system or my webcam or put malware on my system, it wouldn't matter because it's a virtual system.
Right. You can get rid of it and dump it in a heartbeat.
It literally just doesn't exist once it comes out.
Oh,
you're sticking your thumb in what? Oh yes, brilliant. I tell you what, though, I would, if I lost my thumb, I would have a prosthetic thumb that was a thumb drive. That would be brilliant. That would be brilliant.
I had a buddy of mine in school that lost part of his thumb in a chainsaw accident, and he went to the mall at Spencer's and got a fake thumb. Spencer's is like a little gag store, Halloween store.
Yeah, I know the thumb you're talking about.
Yeah, well, it was actually a big toe that you put over your thumb. And he would do that. Well, then when people would get laughing at him, he would pull it off and his thumb was gone. So it really freaked people out.
Yeah, freak people out.
Like,
yeah, you get it's how the magicians do the poking the handkerchief into the palm of their hand and making it disappear trick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a thin fake finger that they're poking the napkin into, and then you finally push it down with your thumb to reveal an empty hand, but it's actually just a fake finger on your thumb. So, yeah. Anyway, no one cares about that. Listen, been a good show today. I have to go and finish off my kitchen because if I don't finish off my kitchen, the hormones are going to just. Do you know what I imagine the hormones in my head are like? You know when you see piranha in a movie and all the piranha like attack and devour a whole carcass in like 4 seconds? That is how I interpret pregnancy hormones.
Don't forget Sonny Emilio.
Piranha.
Oh, Sonny Emilio, yes.
Yeah, I sent you 2 funny videos. One of them's cute as little kids.
Yeah,
it's funny.
I will watch the Sonny Emilios as soon as we're off, mate. Sonny Emilio, man.
Oh yeah, I wanted you to share everybody. He's in the tub.
Okay, yeah, all right.
It's a good one. He's at the Target getting a bath or the PetSmart.
Is this okay? Yeah, I'm all right. Well, I'm all right with ending with a bit of stuff. If we can talk about the horrible stuff in life, we can damn well end the show with a bit of Sonny Emilio. All right. And anyone who doesn't like it, I mean, it's a freaking dog in a bath, mate. Like, relax. Like, how are you meant to take that dog seriously? Oh, boy. Okay. All right. I mean, this is the thing. I couldn't have a little dog like that or one of the massive huskies that talks because
oh man, they're crazy.
I would be crying with laughter every single time it did this. It's getting a bath. Do you know what I mean? Relax. But yeah,
and
man.
it gets better. I mean, this is like very quiet compared to what he really gets like, especially when he's riding the bike.
Yeah, we love the doggos. All right, we love the doggos. Well, listen. Thank you everyone for being here. Wish me luck in the kitchen. Come and join the Discord. And thanks for being absolutely fantastic once again. Side chat, you've done yourselves proud. We all think you're freaking awesome. My cat is afraid I have to mute. That's because even your cat can detect the fact that is the sound of a demon coming out of a dog. All right. The demon just didn't choose wisely. All right. It panicked and it selected pug or whatever the hell this is, a French bulldog instead of human. Yeah, Sean is live from 7 o'clock, I think, until 11 o'clock this evening. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you everybody for the support. Please like, please share, and stay tuned. Lots to come on the Sean Atwood channel. The team is working very hard behind the scenes to make sure everyone is getting bigger and bigger interviews, and we're keeping the information train going. So
thanks friends for donation to my GoFundMe, the ones who did. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, all right. It's a bully. Oh, we're on a bully of French. No, I'm not a bully of Frenchie. It's just some things are like the prospect of just horrific, like genetic breeding. And don't get me wrong, they're adorable, but you can't convince me that's all dog. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that, but there's definitely a bit of like something else in some of these new dog breeds. I don't know what it is, but a dog doesn't sound like that. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just saying. All right, listen, thank you everyone for being here. Love you guys. We'll see you all in the next one. Sean will be live with you guys all night. And yeah, much love to everyone. Much love to the panel and the mods. And we'll see you all in the next one. Take care.
Good night. Good night.